It's time for some uncomfortable truths. Ha-Satan, the accuser, Azazel, whatever you want to call him, he is the god of this earth. In the garden, when Adam and Eve sinned, they gave their domination of the world over to their new god. He became the ruler of this earth, and he rules through deception, through fear, and through terrible occult practices. The religion of Babylon included sex magic and child murder. The religion of Babylon has never gone away. It is still being practiced by the elites and those in power today. They practice unspeakable things behind closed doors, and anyone who wants to have access to the minds of the population must be a part of this secret organization. That includes those in the entertainment industry. Today we're talking about musicians. John Lennon, one of the greatest musicians and songwriters of any generation. He and his bandmates swept across the world creating Beatlemania, and he was the walrus. The walrus, a titanic ocean mammal, able to crush a man easily, weighing well in excess of 1,200 pounds, and also a beloved children's character. In the Lewis Carroll story, Alice in Wonderland, there's a character named the Walrus from the poem The Walrus and the Carpenter. In this poem, the walrus and the carpenter conspire to deceive the innocent young clams to leave their ocean habitat and to join them in their hastily assembled eatery on the beach, where they then are consumed. What was John Lennon saying when he claimed to be the walrus? Was he saying that he was leading the young minds of America and around the world into his satanic practices where they could be consumed in order to further the Baal worship? Of course not. All you need is love. But what kind of love are they singing about? There are two gods you can serve, two types of love that you can have. Heavenly love, which means obeying the Father's commandments, or earthly love, which means feeding your flesh. Love of the Father leads you to righteousness. Love of the world leads to sex magic. I submit to you that the only kind of love that this fallen, carnal world can ever know is the love of sex magic. Every time you hear a mainstream song singing about love, they're singing about Baal worship and sex magic and orgies. So, if you haven't already, I would suggest that you stop listening to mainstream music. It will only poison your mind and turn your heart away from the Father and His righteous commandments. Every mainstream music group that you have ever listened to has been guided by the evil spirits of this world, and they are leading you to that beach hut to be consumed by the walrus and the carpenter.